Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Do it!
Oh my god!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!
Twitch is up and running again, which is nice.
It's working.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have told people in Discord not to come.
Oh, nice.
Well, like I was on there.
Extra low viewership. We're going
Yeah.
from 13 down to 8.
Like I was on there and like it wouldn't load for me, so I was like, well, guess it's audio only. But then like 5 minutes ago, Twitch started to work again. So I don't know. All right. Anyway, welcome to the Gankbush podcast. I'm your host, Fringe Average. For those of you listening for the first time, we are the only explicit Heroes of the Storm podcast where all the different co-hosts represent different play levels. For example, we have someone as low as a silver type player all the way up to a master level player. We bring you the latest hot news and discuss the latest tips and strategies so that you can become a better player. So let's go ahead and introduce our silver type player. That is Tower Bear, who's calling in from San Diego, California.
What's up, Fringe? It's good to be here in the Nexus. Shout out to Sleepy Gary, who I played against in Team League this morning. Probably random chance. So
You beat him?
Oh.
yeah, I knew to focus him because the rest of his team was trash. So
Nice.
Why don't you play with Sleepy Gary? Do you not like him?
well, it was just we were both queuing up and we ended up playing against each other.
All right.
And I cost him his promo game, so he's kind of
Yeah. There it is. All right, so let's go ahead and introduce our master level player. That is Scott, who's calling in from San Francisco, California.
Yeah. Good to be here.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our gold type player. That is All Backpack, who's calling in from Abu Dhabi. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our other master level player. That is Bacon, who's calling in from Buford, Georgia.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Oh,
Someone's gonna have a phone call.
Somebody's phone's blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra popular.
All right, so let's get the
popular with the
plugs up.
scammers, man. With the spammers.
Scam. Do they always call you at 9 o'clock at night?
Scammers and spammers all day.
No. All right. So we stream every Wednesday night on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you listen to us on iTunes or Stitcher, please subscribe and rate and review us. Those are the two ways you can help us without providing any other support. So please help us out with that. We are also on Spotify. If you want to listen to us on Spotify, please go there. If you have any friends who play the game, please spread the word about the show and or Bush League. If you would like to hang out with us, play with us, please join our Discord channel. We have a channel in BNet called Win Time, one word, Win Time. If you have any questions for the show, please direct message me on Discord. If you'd like to support us financially, please go to patreon.com. That money goes back into the community where it's either getting swag like the hats that were ordered today, or getting other swag like shirts for BlizzCon, or paying our casters for Bush League, or subscribing to Calm Before the Storm, and other types of things like that. So please support us there on Patreon. Also, we have a YouTube channel where all the live shows go to, as well as the other types of content that we provide. Go there. If you go to gankbushsquad.com, you can find a link to all of the aforementioned content hubs. All right. So some quick announcements. So the playoffs for Bush League start on Monday. So at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be my team versus Team 4. So if you want, so the rules are it's a best of 3, and we're going to do HGC style where each team will ban a map. So if you want to see a set of the best team and the worst team, please watch us on.
wait, which team is going to show up? You said Team 4, but who does that really consist of?
Yeah, is Daz playing?
I talked
Or
to
is-
Jazz. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know who's playing yet. So, but anyway, so
Wow.
it's going to be. I think the full team has to participate. I think you should be docked.
Fringe is looking scared. Fringe is
Yeah.
scared.
Well, I just think it's kind of unfair to have like a team full of subs for a playoff game. That's kind of weak sauce. But all right, anyway, so that we have the playoffs on Monday. I think Goon Hots is going to cast that with Soken. So please go there. The hats have been ordered or have been placed, and we won't get them until mid-July, because there's a 35 business day wait for a New Era to print hats, apparently. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so watch out for that. So also we don't have any BlizzCon tickets still. We still need two more tickets, I think. So if you know anyone who has any spare ones, please let me know. Also, have already started thinking about season 2 for Bush League. So if you go to our Twitter, you'll see a link. It's probably like our third or fourth tweet, most recent tweet, where we have a quick 2-question questionnaire for season 2. So please fill that out. That actually helps us out a lot with the planning and setting the days and all that other stuff. So if you would like to participate, please go there and give your input, because it's very important to us to make sure that we have a successful season 2 as well. So we have a guest booked for next week. I'm not going to announce her name yet, but because she said yes via email, but I think she's only seen clips of the show, so she may not lower her standards enough to come on. But
It's always time to back out.
oh, haha. Just as long as you don't do it inside, you're fine. All right.
Oh God.
So there you go. So also,
That's the statement that makes her back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about timing.
well, I saw her. Well, never mind. I saw her casting with someone, a friend of mine, or a friend of the show, actually, and I thought she would be able to handle hanging out with us. So, but I think she would fit in with us. But we'll see how it goes. But lastly, I've been streaming my Hero Leagues. I'm currently 5-1. So if you want, I stream it randomly at night, usually late at night, West Coast time. So if you subscribe to the Bush League, or sorry, the Gank Bush Twitch channel, you'll get emails saying that I'm streaming. So yeah, so I'm currently 5-1, and I'm currently playing in Silver 2 games. So pretty interesting stuff.
Exciting. Can you find the videos on that for the through Twitch?
I should put them on YouTube, shouldn't I? That'd be a good idea, right? I don't know. Anyway, so all right, so we have a good show for you. We're going to talk about Diablo, the new Diablo. We're going to talk about solo laning again, and then we're going to talk about Hanzo, the hero of the week, the gank hero. Is it gank hero of the week? Bush hero?
I like Bush Hero.
What was the initial phrase like 5 months ago?
It was the Gank Hero of the Week. Bush
Yeah,
League
the
didn't
Gank.
exist back then.
Yeah, so we're bringing back the gank hero of the week, and we're going to do a deep dive into Hanzo, and then if we have time, then we'll do the draft analysis of one of the games for Bush League, and then we'll do, if there's time, we'll do the thoughts on the roster changes for HGC. Okay, so Old Backpack wanted to discuss Diablo.
I did. That's because Diablo, he has really low stats right now, but I don't think it's really fair because he had a huge lateral change in his playstyle. I kind of want to talk about that because he's not as bad as the stats suggest.
Well, his win rate's like 10% higher than it was when we did the podcast last week. So he's like close to 50% now.
Yeah, he's getting better, but he's still not like. I thought when I checked, it was 43%. That was last night.
Oh, I only look at the master win percentage.
Okay, I didn't see that.
He's at like 48% for master, which he was like in the 30s last week, I think. So,
okay. But yeah, as people, the masters have already learned how to play him properly, but the pubs haven't learned what to do with him yet. And so he's really different in that he's no longer this huge initiate blow up tank where he one-shot someone. He's much more like a auto attack Arthas, which is weird because why not play Arthas? But yeah, his talents now, he actually has an auto attack talent. Well, an auto attack skill set where you go Feast of Fear at 1, Life Leech 4, Malevolence 7, Cruelty 13, and 16 is Overpowering Nightmare. And that last one's kind of weird in that you get, a total of 3 charges of E, And you do it just because then you become Arthas. Whoever you eat the first time, they don't have an escape. They're basically trapped next to you, just like Arthas. And it makes him this really strong, like, peeling zone tank, not so much initiate tank. And
But
so you really need to.
He still can initiate though, right? He still has to stun on the wall charges, right?
He can, but your damage is so shitty that you are isolating the target. And you're not so much blowing him up. So before I could be Diablo and just like, oh, I'm killing this tank because you stun him twice and you get half his HP gone. That's been removed, and so you can do it. You say, hey team, help me, and if you don't, you're kind of just in a bad position.
All right, so you're talking about on Hot Slugs currently the statistically highest win rate build, but a lot of the pros have been saying it's the flame build. Yeah, it's the W build. What's up with that?
Well, so that's because the pros know how to manage their team fights and their mana costs. So Diablo does really fast because if you team fight with them often, but the pros don't do that. The pros only use abilities when they need to, so they don't have mana problems as most of us pubs do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Diablo doesn't normally have mana problems though, right? Before all like his rework, right?
Well, he does because now now.
Well, now he
what
does
the pros do
because you got the resets on the.
It all
Exactly.
depends on whether or not you take Devil's Due. If you take Devil's Due, you get the increased regen from that, and you're not going to have any mana problems.
Yeah, true. And then what they do is they W behind them, charge forward, W behind them, flip, and both Ws hit the flip's target. They get a huge amount of burst on one target.
It takes a lot of practice. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's pretty high skill cap, which is why the pros say it's a good build, and it's not the highest win build right now because it takes a lot of effort. And,
Yeah.
maybe eventually, but it's going to take some time for people to learn to do it.
And then
Well,
I
also
guess
the-
if you think about the past of many of the highly contested picks in HGC like Genji or Medivh are really low in Hot Slugs or the general population engine as a whole. So maybe this is just another one of those things where if you've got the mechanics, go for it. But for the rest of us, let's go the easy peasy build.
Yep.
So,
Just auto attack people.
So Goonhots in chat said that he played with Equinox in Hero League last night, and he watched him play Diablo. He went so ham with Flames and just played as you normally would have done with the old build.
Yeah, you can do that. It's just mechanically much more challenging to have all these flames orchestrated to land in the same spot when you flip a target.
Yeah, you
Like,
just got to
it's
hit your
possible.
flames consistently.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
a lot of them.
He's a pro. He's able to do that really well.
He's not a pro anymore. Now he's going to be a coach.
Well,
He's
still a
he's
highable
still
at that
high
level.
GM level, but
Yeah.
it's like it travels out. So it's a total of like what you have to wait 2 seconds ahead of time. Like you have to think 2 seconds ahead of time on every flame for the heal value, and you have to try to get like 4 or 5 hits on a hero per wave to actually get value out of it and any amount of significant healing. So. Yeah, I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. Like I'm catching streams here and there, but not many people have been running Diablo, obviously. But if I'm willing to like study game footage from Mid-Season Brawl and have my mind changed.
I thought new Diablo wasn't going to be in Mid-Season Brawl.
Oh, then
Really?
I guess whatever's after.
So actually, so Bacon, when you play Tybrand's team in 2 weeks, are you banning out Diablo automatically? And come on, you know.
Question for Bacon.
I don't know. I haven't seen EBS practice Diablo at all.
Is banning out Li Ming the way to go now against Tybrand's team?
Please don't ban Li Ming.
Why?
Please
Because
don't ban Li Ming.
EBS is a new Li Ming main.
Well, there's only you only plays 2 heroes, so either you ban it or take it.
Maybe we got
Yeah,
him
well,
practicing
we'll see.
something else you haven't seen.
I've seen his Medivh. Just ban out Li Ming. You're fine.
He's been playing
All
ETC
right.
a lot in our games, so he plays ETC.
Oh, we can deal with ETC.
He plays ETC like Diablo though. That's not
He
good.
does. He
Yeah.
dies forward.
Oh, we
So no
got
answers?
something. We got something.
People want answers.
I don't know. I haven't formed any opinions yet, so we'll see.
It's all right. We'll ask you again next week. You're not going to be able to dive around it, so we need to know. People need to know, Bacon.
You can't just
All right.
give away your draft strategy.
What? No, we're trying to help people who are playing Team League with against a team that has a lot of a really good Diablo player. We need to know how good he is. Yeah, that's right.
Well, a really good old Diablo player.
Yeah.
The new Diablo it's really challenging. It's being like, well, no, well, it's not being not Chen. Chen's too easy. It's not being Alarak. You have to have this huge setup time.
Hey, old backpack.
Yep.
Jiggly asks, did Tower Baron get all the bitches in college? That's a direct quote, by the way. Chat.
He had some of the bitches.
There you go.
So what is some? What's the number? Over under 1.5.
Over 1.5.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right. All right. So there you go. There you go, Jiggly. You got your answer there. All right. Are we good with Diablo? No. Yes.
I had a question. I had a question for old backpack. So if we're taking the auto attack abilities, malevolence and cruelty, does that mean after you're flipping dudes, you're just like stutter stepping and auto attacking? What's going on with that?
Yeah. So like,
That's
no,
so
his
funny.
level 4, right? His level 4 is weird in that if you have 100 souls, each auto attack gives you 3% health back. It's similar to Stitch's level 20 cannibalize, where every auto attack heals you. Like he heals for a shit ton. Like his role is to just kind of exist and auto attack the other tank. He's not so much as a backline diving character.
Yeah, and I guess with that playstyle, then he's more susceptible to blinds and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, oh, they have Diablo. Let's go Ely. Like, that's the counter. It's
Yeah.
just weird. But another thing to mention is that at 10 now, Lightning Breath is the new hotness. You don't want to get APOC anymore.
Yeah, I've seen that too. It's all about lightning breath. It just sets up really well with the slow.
Yeah, it's Earthquake. It makes this impassable area because it does high damage and it slows the shit out of you.
So apparently Schizo was saying that the Juice Pirates was geared. Apparently Tower Baron is like going after Schizo in chat. And Schizo in chat says Juice Pirates was designed carefully or was carefully crafted to exploit your team, Tower Baron.
Well, I have no issue with Schizo since he was on our team 1 week and we did win with him, giving him his first win. So he should be. He shouldn't be so hateful on our team.
But you're the one who started it.
I started it.
Yeah.
No, he said up here, Bacon, you want my BD Scouter?
What is that?
He's
Oh,
on
Maybe
Diablo.
he's like a
He's on
DBZ Scouter.
Diablo. Oh.
But
Yeah, but the problem is though, TB is over 9,000. Oh, no one. No one.
9,000 what?
it's supposed to explode the Scouter.
He has a scouter.
Oh.
What's it from?
Read it.
No,
Dragon
no.
Ball Z.
Okay,
explodes
he
it,
got
he
a
takes it in his
meme. He
hand,
understood a
and he fucking
meme.
I
did
remember
it.
that. I remember seeing that. Like when Vegeta was fighting Goku for the first time and it exploded because Goku got really strong.
Well, then it
It's one
explode.
of it's one of the
9,000.
first memes ever to exist, like ancient, just
Yeah.
like a Rickroll. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. Welcome to the internet, Fringe.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
You know, it's
internet
funny.
a decade ago.
You know, it's funny. I was doing a Google Hangout with a client, right? And they called me Matt. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, who the fuck calls me Matt? No one calls me.
Fringe.
It's crazy. I was really like, who the fuck are they talking to? And I was like, oh, wait, that's me. Anyway.
Yeah.
I know. The alter ego is slow. I'm turning into Venom, sort of. All right. Yeah.
You're only saying that because you like Tom Hardy. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? No. That's crazy.
That movie looks bad, by the way.
I
Even though I
know.
like Tom
It's
Hardy.
really bad.
I know. It does look kind of bad, but it's a Marvel film, so maybe not.
It is not a
Yeah.
Marvel film. It's a Marvel film that's licensed its rights to Sony, which
Yeah,
is not
really?
a Marvel
It's
film.
Sony.
Oh, it's a Spider-Man 3 film.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
Well,
And
hey,
then the villain isn't Carnage, which I don't know what they're gonna do if the villain isn't Carnage in Venom.
Who the hell is it?
Exactly, it's gonna be shitty.
well, all that matters is that Tom Hardy made money. That's all I care about. Okay.
Tom
You
Hardy.
should have switched with that guy to do Upgrade.
Hmm.
That seems like a better movie.
All right.
They got an
so
impersonator for Upgrade. Look like Tom Hardy.
that actually looks like a good movie too.
Yeah, you should have actually taken that movie and had the imposter.
Well, actually,
take
you know,
him.
that's funny is that that guy was in the movie called The Invitation, which is free on Netflix, and it's a really good film. It's a psychological thriller. It takes place in basically 99% of the film takes place in a house, and you don't know who to believe, the narrator or everyone else. It's actually really cool. All right.
Really?
Anyway.
Write this down. The Invitation, you said?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I
actually
actually
Friday night.
bought it on Amazon on our Amazon account, but it's available on Netflix for free. So it's only like 90 minutes, so it's really quick too. But it has basically he looks just like Tom Hardy. I actually thought it was him when I watched it, but and yes, Drizzy, I have seen The Drop. I like The Drop a lot. It's very good.
Yeah, The Drop is really good. That's where it's. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Anyway, let's not.
Can we also talk about Diablo's cool skin real quick? It's finally
yes.
nice to have a non-demon, non-angel Diablo skin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
told you.
I can only take so many fucking tints of that like Tyrael copycat skin, right? The angel-looking one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Yeah.
But it says the guy who owns all the skins now.
He has
Yeah.
Schizo says he has a murky skin, but come on, it's
No, it's not real.
yeah.
However,
that was also at launch. Come on,
Is that true?
it was close
Yeah,
to
it's the-
launch. Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
It's the Merkaba, what it's called.
Mm.
yeah, the kaiju Diablo. Yeah,
But remember though, like the wrestling Diablo does not drop kick on Q and no German suplex on E. It's a
no one
huge
gives.
missed
No,
opportunity.
I don't think anyone cares besides you.
I care a lot.
All right, so moving on. I said that on purpose because the muff said it in
No,
chat.
we're
All right.
not calling Jiggly the muff.
You know, it's funny. Remember, I created a channel just for him, like on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what's up with that?
And
That's
he
weird.
posted some really weird. Like I felt really weird looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was there for like maybe 12 hours, and I was like, this can't be here any longer, so I got rid of it.
Well,
But,
it felt like it was like like pedophilia had its own channel.
Sorta.
Well,
Like I just felt really weird about it. I just like I didn't want to expose our fans to that content.
well, there's a voice chat, you know, and that just shows how low it is if we won't put it on our content.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's lower than our standards.
That
It's
shows
low-
how
it-
bad
that-
it is.
That's how low the standards are.
Yeah, I mean, it's below 9,000.
Yeah, like I still remember that one video he put of that little girl dancing. Like I was like,
Yeah. Like, what was she doing? Like, why is it's watched like 9,000 times? Who's watching this?
And he had it like he had it at the ready too. He had it like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
He probably has a folder.
Or he has like
With
a
all the
bookmark.
goodies.
Yeah. Ugh.
He,
Anyway,
he right clicks on that folder, checks that hidden attribute.
Oh,
puts
the
it on.
goes in incognito. Watch it.
Incognito. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Tower Baron wanted to talk about solo laning.
Yes. So there was a solo lane versus chart that was created about a year ago by a YouTuber streamer called Ryoma GG. He's a European Grandmaster, and he did this really cool matchup table. I think it's maybe like 12 by 12 of all the solo laners at the time. So I find this pretty helpful because he actually gives tips on actually how to play the solo lane against each one of the other solo laners. And I thought maybe we could comment on the relevance of that now, and then maybe adjust it because it doesn't have Blaze or Phoenix in it. Just the things that popped out looking at that list was that I didn't know that Rexar was such a good laner, and so that and Alarak as well. Alarak seems like he's got really strong advantages against the lower solo laners like Falstad and the other characters you can combo down. So to me, it was kind of eye-opening too, because I play a lot of Leoric, so gives me kind of hints on how to play the other soul laners if I matched up against them. Scott brought up that we kind of talked about this 6+ months ago, but I think it's more relevant now for Bush League, at least for me, because I'm playing more games that matter now than I was at the time. So, yeah, I don't know if Bacon can put that spreadsheet up or not, but it's pretty
It's already
cool.
posted.
Yeah,
I put it
Posted
in chat.
but I don't know
Yeah,
if we
I put it in
can
chat.
I'll
talk
put it up
about
on
it.
screen.
Maybe, yeah.
The muff. Nice and
The muff.
fluffy. Fresh out the oven.
That is an actual picture of Jiggly, by the way.
Yeah, no.
He
I actually
just
have a
sent it
picture
to
of him
me.
on my phone.
The
so
mustache, I'd expect that, yeah.
That is actually kind of true of how he looks in real life. I actually have a photo of him right now on my
Wait,
phone.
wait.
So.
Put it in a photo.
You sent me a photo of him with like some streamer girl at Fandom Con.
Why would he send you a photo?
Why does Jiggly do anything?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randomly show you photos.
That's a good question.
Don't ask for logic here.
But anyway, so there you go. There's the picture of Jiggly. So there you go. But yeah, I don't know where to go with this.
It's the muff.
I think it.
Hold on.
The mustache. I don't know. I don't know.
This, moving on.
Moving on. Getting
Yeah,
back.
I'm trying to get
solo
that
lane.
thing. Yeah.
That's
Talk
okay.
about it.
And since
So
I'm a
all right,
lord-
so Sito in chat says if
Okay.
you solo lane and Alarak, you're wasting him.
Well, that's
Oh.
true because this quest requires to get stats off, and the more bodies against you, the more stat chances there are.
See, there you go.
Yeah, but he's pretty strong against certain solo laners, and I wonder if maybe in game, maybe you just want to have that favorable matchup, like against Falstad, or who else does it say who's pretty weak against him? It says he's pretty strong against. Let's see,
Everyone.
a lot of people, yeah. Let's see, Greymane, Arthas. I guess people you can
Rag.
combo, yeah. Ragnar's shit a little bit. No, he says it's 50-50, which is surprising.
Which is Rag just wave clears too damn well. Like Rag wins no lane, but he just clears the wave in like Q&a.
Yeah, that's something else I saw too, is that Rag is like the shittiest laner. I don't even think you can even have him in a lane, considering
No.
how weak he is to so many other solo laners.
So that's not fair. Is that what Rag does? He holds a lane and he soaks it. He never wins a lane. He has fantastic wave clear, but terrible engage. So he can clear the waves and just be there and exist. That's what he does.
Yeah, true.
I feel like his E should give him a movement speed boost if he self-casts it. I know that it gives like a small one, but maybe a bigger
Oh,
one.
it's 15. They want you at 30% instead of 15%.
25%, isn't it?
Yeah, but
15,
maybe
isn't
it
it?
gives just him by himself. If he casts it on himself, it gives him like double speed. But if he casts it to an ally, just normal amount. And that would help him with his engage because he is dog shit at it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's pretty slow.
He's really, really gankable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the Charles just says I thought Zagara was just like the king of the solo lane, but apparently Chen owns Zagara. If he
Really
takes a
hard.
basic brawler, which you can just dodge everything and just hit him with the keg and the flame. You can knock her out.
So
pretty
Grizzly gave 69 bits, and he says he's here to listen to Bacon get roasted for losing to the goose eggs.
The goose
Wow.
eggs.
That's
We could talk about that a little later.
Oh, okay, that's a tease. All right.
They're not the goose eggs though. They're the one egg or whatever.
Yeah, the
They're on the board.
well. There was a little bit discussion about that for just jumping topics. Is that really Team 4 or was that just like Team
4.5?
4.5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
So-
really the Team 4?
Let me ask you a
Did
question.
Team 4
So,
get that?
so if we had, suppose only me and Bacon were doing the podcast with Goon Hots and Silken, is that still the Gank Bush Squad?
No.
Well,
We
how many
hosted, we put our
subs?
name on it, but it's a
So if it's just me, Bacon, and Goon Hots, does that count as a gank push squad?
Yes.
So if there's more members of the original team than the new members, then it counts.
If there's 50% bush, then it counts as a bush.
Oh,
It's got to be 50%. It can't be just 2 people on it and 3.
well,
You can't be only in part of the bush. Either you're in the bush or you're not.
oh, okay, all right. Well, what if you're like me? You don't know where the bush is, and you're kind of thinking you're in the bush, but you're not in the bush.
Well, you gotta look above your head and see if you got that little reveal hidden sign. You know?
Got to feel around or something.
All right, all right. Oh shit, Honey JB's here. Oh man, she was watching my hero, or he. I don't know who this is, but he. I don't know what pronoun to use, but anyway, like this person was watching me play Hero League last night and giving me props. Yeah. So what?
This is probably the
Just
person
like,
who
oh,
enjoys your
man,
dulcet
you're so
tones.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
You guys
the
sound much
Dulcet Tones viewer.
grumpier on the podcast versus stream.
Oh wow.
It
Oh,
could be
shit.
it could be the what's it called? It could be like Honey JB could be the fringe gang girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
Oh,
fangirl.
that's what I'm thinking.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Fringe, your opportunity. You should have another message for your fangirl right now.
Play the music. Play music.
It's
do
not
it.
up. It's not up.
You gotta give him some time to find it. He's not just holding that, just hovering his finger over that, waiting.
I'm
for
not
the
a fucking
moment.
magician with all these tricks in my sleeves just ready
I
to
thought
go.
you were like Jiggly Muff with all the creepy stuff ready to go.
Dude, if you can pull out a muffin, you can pull out a little song. All right.
Yeah. Bacon's on the podcast as well. He's not just sitting here behind the scenes working his magic.
Yeah.
All right, so so
Well,
back-
Schizo
anyone-
makes a good point. You can't see our smiles on the podcast, so we do come off grumpier on the podcast.
Yeah, you can't see us laughing when we poke fun at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless it's on Tower Baron, then we actually mean it. But
Oh. I don't take scrap from a guy he lost in almost 10 minutes. All right.
oh shit!
That's
Shit.
the quickest
Oh
loss
my
in Bush
God.
League history.
Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to someone who has. I can't. I just mixed up my words. Fuck.
It's hard to talk when you're lying, Bacon. I know. Can't
Yeah,
like
it's not
fast
pulling
enough.
that goose
Like,
egg.
You got him tongue tied on that one, man.
You know, it's funny
Shit.
though. I kind of do agree that like if you listen to the audio only, I bet you most people think that we hate each other.
Probably.
I think for
Right?
Scott, half of it's true.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, if you play with Scott, he hates you. If you start fucking up.
Why can't you read my mind? What the fuck? Why didn't you
People
follow the
just
call
need
that
to
was never
be Where
made?
they're supposed to be, you know.
Okay, but anyway, oh, did anyone watch that video with Glarong about like the video on how to freeze a wave?
Yes, that's awesome.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
good
Right,
stuff.
Does Bacon one or old backpack want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, he goes over a couple things, but the biggest thing, it's very high level, so it helps you like temporarily freeze the wave towards your side without making yourself take damage. And how he does it is he spams right click and stop on the wave because the archer minions and mage minions have a animation before they can fire anything. So if you right click real quick and then press stop immediately after, you move a bit and then the archers are forced to get back in range and start the animation to shoot you again. And then if you move again, the archer has to repeat that animation and doesn't actually fire anything. So you slowly edge that wave towards your gate. And by that time, hopefully your friendly minions, your allied minions, meet them in front of the gate, and you can just kind of freeze the lane there. And if you just don't attack anything and stand still, you're very safely soaking that lane. So that's a really cool trick. If the enemy guy is like just rocking you in lane, and you want them to, and you want to be on the safe side of the lane, and also make the opponent be on the not safe side, so maybe you can get more ganks off. I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's more like experience than I mean, I think all that lane freezing stuff came from Dota when you had to get last hit for experience, right? So you had
Yep.
to kind of freeze the lane over to your side to experience deny. And at some point I'll get to my Lost Vikings segment, but that's actually the way to beat Lost Vikings is to freeze the lane so they can't soak safely behind the towers. So I learned about that recently, studying Lost Vikings. So that's one thing I'm gonna put to good use on Leoric. I got the lane kind of beat. Just freeze the lane in the middle. Maybe it helps my team get ganks if the other person tries to get experience or something. So yeah, it's sort of like a high level thing. I think it's pretty cool.
In theory, could 3 Lost Vikings freeze 3 lanes simultaneously? That's just way too challenging.
Well, you want to freeze the lane against Lost Vikings so they can't just sit by the towers and soak experience, right? Because if you don't freeze it, the other wave comes to the towers and the towers kill it, right? So you want to freeze it in the middle so they all meet in the middle, so they have to come out farther in to the lane and so they can get ganked.
Yeah,
But honestly,
that's bad information. Just an FYI.
What do you mean?
You're telling people to do the wrong stuff. If you're going up against Vikings, usually the enemy team's going to run as a 4-man, and wherever they're running the 4-man at, you're probably going to lose. So what you want to do is get value elsewhere, i.e. the lane where you're going up against 1 or 2 Vikings, and push that in and get structures down, because that you're losing structures elsewhere in that 4-man. If you're sitting there soaking and letting him soak and do the same thing, you're losing.
So you're saying push as how many in the lane with the one?
If you're going up against 1 Viking, you push as 1 person. If you've got like a Greymane or a Dahawk or whatever, you want somebody with wave clear in, if it's a 3-lane map in the 2 lanes that the 4-man aren't in, somewhat decent wave clear the wave, push the structures.
Yeah, and typically, if you're the Viking, you're freezing your lane. You want the enemy minions to be stuck in front of your tower. This way you can safely soak as easy as possible.
Yes, I agree with that. But Scott says playing against the Vikings, and the other team is as for, I guess, roaming between the lanes, not soaking experience. And so he says you want to counter that, you push one of the Viking lanes as 1.
You're doing the enemy team a huge favor freezing a lane against 1 Viking.
Yeah. You should not do that.
You should push hard. You should really punish that lane.
Well, you push 1 lane if you have a strong laner, but at some point, I mean, someone has to be in the lane against one of the Vikings, right? Or does that never occur?
Well, yeah. I mean, let's say you're Malthael, right? Malthael has really bad siege potential. Then he might want to freeze a lane. But for the most part, if you can
still don't freeze a lane. You go and wave clear and go creep a camp.
True.
You do not freeze a lane against 1 Viking. 1 Viking can't do shit. Push their shit in.
So
this is the angry Scott that we see in game.
You're pushing all the lanes, though.
TV, you're misunderstanding the fundamentals of the Lost Vikings. They're there to soak. And if they want to trade even at the minimum, they will never win the lane. That is a given. So as long as they get soaked, the Lost Vikings have gotten value. And that means if they're getting soaked safely, they're also getting stacks for bribes, putting map pressure through mark camps. So you're literally playing into the Lost Vikings' hand just by freezing the lane together with them. You need to, like Hero Physio says in chat, the hope is to trade up on the 2 lanes that the 4-man is not in, and hopefully that your own 3-man lane slows the 4-man enough. That's the plan.
Yeah,
You forgot one thing though.
That's what I said.
The most important thing is that Hero Physio, according to Bacon, the snake. He said that Scott's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You need to be aggressive as possible. To spread the Lost Vikings' attention thin, make the Lost Vikings die, so he's forced to grab a person from the 4-man or send Vikings around, so he gets kind of off tempo because the Vikings are dying left and right. You want to do that, and you can't kill Vikings unless you force the issue.
So Bacon, when I said you agreed with what I said, that you're agreeing that Hero Physio is the snake of the podcast.
Oh yes,
What does that
Canadian
even mean?
snakes.
Oh, all right.
What does that mean, snake?
Well,
It
it
means
means
that
when
he's-
Soken Gaming was on the
He
show,
slithers your way into your heart with good HGC strats and coaching tips, and then he picks Probius when you're playing ranked with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that
Sneaky.
the framing of the Probius. By the way, hero. I've waited weeks for this. Just FYI, I'm calling Hero Physio out. He owes me something, and he hasn't done it yet. So, all right.
So I still have a question about the Lost Vikings, though, because
for
I mean, if the lane's out in the middle, then that forces the Vikings to come up closer, so they're more easily gankable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the
That's
Vikings are
or
so
you-
safest by their towers. Is
Yeah,
that
but
correct?
they're also not wave clearing enough to clear that minion wave and also get to you. You'll eventually, over multiple waves, get towers and experience value out of it.
All right, I have
And
to
then
practice that out.
let's say you kill the Viking, and then the 4-man is forced to send a man up to cover that soak. You won. You temporarily won. That's a little win. You want to do things like that. Split up the 4-man. Make sure that lane is tied as much as possible, and you force ties in that lane by killing Vikings and making sure they're behind in soak.
All right, so the counter for Vikings is just a counter group up against the other two lanes, right? So you put like 2, 2, and 1.
Yeah, it's designed to make
No,
that
you
4-man lane win, right?
Are you not listening? The enemy team has a 4-man.
Yep.
You put 3 up against them, 1
Yeah.
in each of the other lanes, and you're gonna have full heroes against a Viking.
Yeah.
You win that pretty much no matter who you are. Maybe you'll struggle with Morales, but she wouldn't be doing that anyways.
Yeah.
And you go and you wave clear and take those towers down because the 4-man plus a Viking in that other lane is going to beat the 3-man. You
Yeah.
have to get value elsewhere,
Yeah.
which involves clearing the wave and taking down structures.
So
And this
Grizzly
is-
says it. Oh, go for it, Bacon.
Yeah, I mean, Scott's actually banned now because Tower Band's not getting it.
Like I explained it.
No,
Think about it. Think about it.
Chat and said what I
Think
said.
about it. If you tie in the 2 lanes, right, with a third of a hero, and you tie in 2 lanes, and the enemy teams, and you are forced to commit 2 heroes to match up 2 1/3 heroes.
yeah.
Think about the value that you lose there, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're tying that lane, and then the 4-man is winning their lane, it's just all around loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
So you gotta force the off lanes, which are the weak lanes for the Lost Vikings, or your the enemy 4-man's comp, to do something about it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why good sieges like Zagara and such do so well versus Vikings. They're able to push extremely strongly against a 1/3 hero.
Yes. I
Yeah.
do notice that.
That's why things like Tracer is very valuable, because she can go around ganking
Viking.
Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she
Or-
may
or
not
Zero.
stay in the 3-man. She may not stay in the 3-man, but if she's doing her job, she's going around the entire map ganking Vikings left and right, that it forces the 4-man to start sending their bodies elsewhere. And then that also makes the 4-man weaker. But you also get experience value from the Vikings. You also maybe, if they really fuck it up, they miss a wave completely because the person that's filling this Lost Vikings death in that lane is late. Things like that.
Yeah. I guess that's the coordinated response to the Vikings.
That's
I don't
the
think I've ever
only.
played a game. I don't think I've ever really played a game where the other team has had a coordinated response to Vikings. Not just maybe because my level isn't there yet, where people have like that coordination to like execute that. So
Unless their format is dog shit, like you
Fuck
have
the
to,
Vikings.
yeah, you have to go around killing Vikings. Unless
Alright.
you got unless it's Spider Queen, and then you got Azul, but that would
Yeah,
never
yeah.
happen, right? Maybe in Quake match.
Okay. Well, I feel like we discussed solo laning a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just this the chart right here, it's a year old, but a lot of these heroes haven't seen changes. A lot of these matchups are still valid. So check out the link in the description. Leave a like and subscribe. I don't know. I just had to do that. Sorry, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. But smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. All right. So yeah, so just read those tips and see if they apply to your game, and improve your
it's
solo
really,
laner.
really useful. The only thing they don't have, like Scott said, Phoenix or Blaze.
Yeah.
And I think Phoenix is sort of similar to Falstad, plus he has a little bit more sustain. So it's kind of similar. He's mostly like a kiting solo laner. So a lot of the matchups where he has like against the bruisers like Arthas or like the Haka is like a win. But I think Illidan would maybe crush Phoenix, only because he has like evasion and stuff. But
All right.
I'm not sure
so
where Blaze would fall though. He's a little bit more sustaining than like Arthas. Very
it fits
similar.
into every comp.
Yeah, but in terms of like the solo lane matchups, he's kind of like in the middle, I think. Like maybe a little bit above Arthas.
He's probably going to be somewhere around where Rag is, to where he wave clears well. But, he's not really going to do too much to get kills. Not going to siege that well if you are winning.
And let's see. Never mind. Go
All
ahead.
right. So let's move on from this. All right. So we are returning the gank hero of the week. That is Hanzo. So we're going to do a deep dive on the various builds and ways to play them, like the best maps to play them and worst maps. So let's go to Bacon for the Hanzo gank hero of the week.
And why are we picking Hanzo, the worst hero in the game right now, according to Hotslogs? Well, if you get good with him and they buff him, then you'll be even better, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We just had him lined up for a while and decided to pick him up. But Hanzo, one of the best, even though his range got nerfed, his scatter arrow is amazing for poking. His Q is still amazing for poking. He's got great vision with his sonic arrow. He's got a lot of great combo potential with his dragon arrow. And he's got decent survivability with his trait. Jump over terrain and actually get away or access, if you can dive with it if you want, if you have the balls to do it. But yeah, it's great. He has a couple of builds. The standard build right now, it's his W is a scatter, so level 1, the simple geometry. Number 4, explosive arrows, the Q that explodes on minions and monsters. And level 7, never outmatched, which is the one that gives a cooldown reduction for his scatter arrow. And then Dragon's Arrow at 10, Ninja Assassin 13, Piercing Arrow at 16. That's the important one. His level 16 is pretty much his greatest asset, in my opinion. And then playing the game at level 20. The 13 and 20, you can kind of play around depending on your play style. But yeah, this is the standard build. And if you want to go like a really heavy merc focus, like in whatchamacallit, Curse of Talo, there's the double boss, there's the bruisers, there's the siege mercs. So you can just go level 1, 4, and 7, just W build outright, and then the rest of the build is the same. Dragon's Arrow, piercing arrows, play of the game. Or if you want to go like wave clear, you can go Q build, which is target practice at level 1, level 4 explosive arrows, level 7 dragon hungers, and then most of the builds the same except for level 16 flawless technique, which gives you more damage based on who you auto attack and hit with Qs by rotating that back and forth. But yeah, those are his 3 standard builds in my opinion right now. And yeah, he's what's up?
Oh, sorry. Hero Physio says that Hanzo is now a mage.
Yeah, his Q explosive. That's pretty big.
How big is it?
Very large.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's
Gigantic.
the Earth.
Ah.
Since his auto attacks is less powerful now because of the range nerf, his pokes and ability to land scatter shots and Qs are that much more important. So yeah, his best maps obviously are the maps that give him poke. So Volskaya, Cursed Hollow, Delayed Tributes, obviously amazingly well with his Scatter Arrow. Sky Temple, kind of a pokey playstyle, fighting over shrines. Infernal Shrines, obviously just kind of go the explosive arrows at level 4 and just poke in and out, trying to get value on the monkeys. And his worst maps, surprisingly, Battlefield of Eternity is one of his 2 worst maps.
That's
by
not
far.
gonna be good for
Wow.
this. That's gonna be not good for his Storm Arrow, for his Q.
What?
That isn't good for his Stormbow, his Q.
You take W build on Battlefield of Eternity. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, I guess W build. Okay, yeah. W. But it
always
seems like
W
the
build.
team fight maps are just in general better for Hanzo. It would seem, right?
Not team
And that
fight.
was like one of
Poke.
his.
Oh,
Poke is different. Delayed objectives like shrines, like Cursed Hollow. You need 3 things so you can constantly poke out with your W. Volskaya, it's a 1 to 100% capture, but Battlefield of Eternity, it's kind of really hard to poke it out. And Towers of Doom, obviously, Towers of Doom is a little weird, but I think it has to do with it's very easy to not get value out of his trait and get caught out. Very hard to escape on Towers of Doom if you're caught out. So yeah, and
That's
Spider
kind of
Queen.
crazy. That's kind of crazy because BOE is used to be Hanzo's like best map, right? Because of his burn on the Immortal.
Honestly, it was never.
Really?
Even at his strongest point, it was middle of the pack according to Hot Dogs win rates. I specifically remember looking this up, even when his W was overpowered.
Yeah, but I
So-
could have swore on
That
the
was the only
show
time I
we
ever
said
picked
that. Wait, I could have swore on the show we said at one point that he was the fastest burner of the Immortal, faster
Yeah.
than Vala and stuff.
That is true. But that was also
Oh.
when his trait was crap.
Okay. So I feel like if you play, I think the best map is Cursed Hollow. What you're supposed to do with him is get the bosses really quickly, right? Like soak every lane and then get the boss at like level 8 and then get the other boss, right?
Well, if you can freely, yeah. But he's with his nurse, he's not burning bosses that fast.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, it used to be amazing, but obviously during the playstyle, try to get in auto attacks, especially at level 7. If you take the cooldown reduction, weaving in auto attacks, that's what makes him a mage, because it doesn't matter. Like, his auto attacks are so slow that if you're able to shoot your Q and W out quickly, your auto attack DPS doesn't actually drop if you're good with it. If you're diligent about auto attacking well, it's almost 0 drop because you just shoot it out and let it fly out there. You know what I mean? Except maybe his Q if you want max range with it.
So Redemption is RIP then because of the range nerf.
It's if you have a really good front line and they have a front line that you can take advantage of, you can go Redemption at level 1 to get the to get value out of it, but it's a much harder play style nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot riskier, because if you die once, then you're shit out of luck for the next team fight if you're trying to get stacks back up. But yeah, the biggest tip I can give, your Q and W are basically free. And I noticed, like, one of the biggest tips that Hero Physio gave me when he looked at my Hanzo was, during a team fight, your cooldowns are always like late. I'm late in using my abilities when they're off cooldown. So I'm missing like 30-40% of my DPS because I'm not actually using it because I'm not comfortable with the hero, or I'm not bouncing it off walls, or I'm not aiming it properly, and I'm just not using it in general. So yeah, just to make sure your Q and W are always on cooldown in a team fight, because his range is so long. It's not like you're putting yourself in danger by using it. Yep. And go into try mode and try all the different angles for your jump trait so that you can actually like, why didn't it fucking jump? I thought it jumps. Well, if you went into try mode and tried all the shallow angles that the trait can do, or the things that it can't do because of the limitations of it, well, you should have done that in try mode first instead of dying to it when you're trying it in an actual game.
As a throwback to playing with somebody a couple weeks ago.
Oh, is it?
What?
That wasn't super
Yeah.
nice of you.
Oh, what? I didn't call out anybody.
No. No. It was Super Dave got it.
He says it in chat. You outed yourself,
Alright.
dude. You outed yourself.
Yeah. That's why I said super whatever it is I said. That's why I said it.
And and positioning wise, try to make sure you always have an out just in case they turn on you. So keep your back to a wall. Not against the Diablo, but you know what I mean. Just in case like you're low and you need to jump out. The trade is good. And yeah, that's Hanzo in a nutshell for me. Anyone else got anything?
Does he have mana problems if he's using his abilities all the time?
It's fine, honestly.
Yeah, I've never had
Unless
any
you're-
issues with them really.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the
mana-
Sonic Arrow either. What about the Sonic Arrow?
Oh. Use it. Use it for flanks. If you're unsure there's a gank bush ahead of you, use it for that. Like, yeah.
Use it.
If you're in a boss, if you're bossing and then you're not like, oh, are they gonna actually come out from the flank and fuck our boss attempt, then use a Sonic Arrow there. You know, it's kind of intuitive in my opinion, maybe.
Yeah, well, Hanzo's really squishy, so using that arrow is, imperative to his survivability. And you need to make sure you don't get flared.
Imperative. That's the wrong use of the word.
No, that's right.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
imperative
An
is
examiner not to
important.
It's like it means necessary. It just
Yeah.
means necessary.
It's necessary to him
Yeah.
surviving.
Of
He's
a
very
vital
squishy.
importance, crucial.
Yeah.
You pretty much always want to be near a wall so that you jump over to escape. But sometimes people try and flank from those angles. So using the arrow to scout around the walls near you while you're engaging in a team fight, because if you only see like 4 people, maybe somebody's gonna hop over that wall and get in your face. And if you're able to scout those people out and avoid taking that damage, that's huge.
Hero Physio says to scout ahead, hit structures, delay caps, also cover your flanks and see 2 or more entrances / routes.
And stun on 20.
If you wanna.
Yeah, but the question is, who is Hero Physio? Seriously.
A snake, right?
Yeah, but like, who is this guy? Who cares? Who knows? Who knows who this guy is? Okay, fine.
Wait. He says hit structures, delay caps.
I just said that.
Well, I'm just reading it again. I'm just saying. I'm just confused by
Dan's
structures.
just late to the party all over tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just rereading it. Hit
Yeah.
structures.
Tower Baron is the,
Wait,
the
you let me-
Soken gaming of the show.
Yeah.
Not listen, not
The
paying
Soken
attention,
gaming.
not paying attention, not listening.
No, I heard what you said,
Uh,
but I'm reading it again. Hit structures. Hanzo's siege is kind of shit. I mean,
well, his W doesn't hit structures; it bounces off of them. But his Q and his auto attacks are decent.
I think he's there to get damages on heroes. I mean, he's not really a good sieger, but
Ooh, is that a clip?
It's what Rich.
Oh,
It's just
that's Rich.
just
Okay.
background clips.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like Tyrebrand playing Hanzo or something like that.
when did I play Hanzo?
You played Hanzo in a scrim.
Yes, probably
Yeah, like a month ago, and it didn't go too well.
a month ago. I was playing with you guys.
I know,
Wow,
it's
you
quite
guys
nice
told me to go Hanzo. That was you guys. I was
No, no,
subbing
you
in for
volunteered,
Grizzly.
you
You said
volunteered
play
for it.
Hanzo. That doesn't count.
All right, so your physio says the sonic arrow sometimes makes the difference between a keep or not.
Sometimes is not the word I would use. Almost never is the word I would is the phrase I would use.
Sonic arrow.
Hey, it's got that range though.
Yeah, it's got. You can use it. Oh, even better, you can use it to delay shrines on like Towers of Doom sometimes.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, Bacon, did you ever post the picture of you and Rich at BlizzCon?
Yeah, in Discord.
You did? Okay. Okay.
Maybe on Twitter too.
I just remember, like, I'm like, hey, I said, Bacon, that's where Rich is. You went over there, and he looked really annoyed
Oh yeah.
because he was
I don't
watching
care.
like Fnatic play. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm selfish.
Yeah.
I paid 200 to see you, bitch. Take a picture with me now.
All right. So,
I'm-
anything else?
I'm the one of the 5 people cheering you on in the fucking crowd right now. Give me a picture.
And you spoke to him in Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
asked him for a picture.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anything else on Hanzo?
Yeah, I just like to say it's not a popular talent take, but I really like Dragon Strike on Cursed Hollow because the narrow corridors, like you see here in the video. I love Dragon Strike on Cursed Hollow.
What does Scott think about that?
Well, it's the same guy who wants to freeze lanes against Vikings. So
Early on, when you
is
can't
what
take
it
it
is.
down. When you
Dude,
can't take down the
Dragon's
structure, you gotta-
Dragon's Arrow, bro.
Every time.
Dragon
The
Strike.
ability for like an ETC to slide and then like or like Kerrigan combo and then you just throw out a Dragon's Arrow to combo with that. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, Sitsa put a link to the image. How the fuck did he find that so fast? But he put the image from Discord.
Oh, yeah.
You had your
Look at
arm
this.
around him.
Yeah.
You were actually touching him.
He's like, what's this guy have his arm around me for?
Yeah, I'm not socially awkward like you, Fringe. I actually can handle contact.
I don't like touching anybody. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We touched when we were at BlizzCon together. We touched maybe twice the hello and goodbye.
Yeah.
Weren't his hands really soft?
Yeah, his hands were soft as hell. You can tell he never did a
moisturizes.
days
gotta
worth
be
of
able-
hard labor.
Feel those keystrokes when he's playing.
Yeah.
I like how he's not smiling. That just makes the picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, there
I
you
don't
go.
care.
He's wearing the Gangpush Squad T-shirt. You should have said, "Hey, Gangpush Squad, come on the show."
Ah,
we do
no,
an
that would have
interview
been a
after you win?
disaster. What's up?
Saying you should have said, "Can we do an interview after you win?"
No, my Korean's not good enough for that.
It's okay. I'll ask the questions in English.
Oh, you Genji, fuck Fnatic good? Yes? How? Tell me. What you
He
think?
just
All right.
smiles and nods.
All right. So let's do the draft analysis.
All right.
I was
So
going
we're
to
gonna-
ask, actually, when do you use play of the game? You got to be kind of sure, like, where you're jumping into, right?
What play of the game? It's not actually the exact spot of impact. It's like you hit them and then it's like a jump away. So as long as you calculate for that, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, I guess you get a longer stun for the longer the dragon arrow's out, right? Does that mean you
Right.
should be kind of like side soaking off to the side away from the team? Try to,
You
know.
could, right? But you're gonna miss a lot of your arrows if you do that, and that's a lot
Yeah.
of value you can
Yeah.
miss out on. But let's say
There's like
it's
a
level
threshold, though.
20,
You want to hit
you died.
at least
and you're about to spawn, there's a team fight that's up there that you need to get to. Bam, you got player of the game to get you there.
Yeah, I just always wondered what it meant by, like, it says medium distance, then you get the next threshold in the stun, right? So you want to kind of like be around that medium distance, which I guess is what, like a screen away or something?
Yeah, about a
Well, if
screen
you
away is
took 'em
probably
into
max
try
distance.
mode, you could see the distances.
Yeah.
All right, so let's as Bacon gets the draft analysis up, let's do a quick Bush League recap, because it has to be quick because both games ended in less than 12 minutes each. So for those of you who don't know, Tyrebrand's team got ran over by my team, and then Bacon's team got ran over by Team 5.
Yeah.
Team 4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
Team 2/5.
And the most importantly, I co-casted with Daz of the Trolls Network, and I thought I was going to be able to cast for much longer, but no, it was like literally 20 minutes of casting.
Yeah.
We
Well, also,
literally
your
cannot
casting-
handle your casting, so the teams
Yeah.
agreed to make it as short as
you had the
possible.
most bizarre test. You said, "Oh, he's dead."
I like how he was like talking to the teams like they could hear him. He's like, well, please don't ban Diablo's gotta go soak right now. And they need to soak and then creep this camp that's to the south. And it's like, dude, they can't hear you. In the comments, Blemish is dead.
Yeah.
Beater, he does that all the time.
Yeah, I heard that too on the
Like,
stream. That's,
wow.
No
Brutal.
attempt to make it any dramatic
Yeah.
at all. Just like, I guess.
Yeah, no attempt to be impartial. Just
Speaking of
straight up bringing
impartial,
the bias.
Speaking of impartial, I thought Daz would have been pumped up. Team 4.5 won, but he was just kind of like, oh, they won. That's it.
He's really cool.
It's his calm Canadian demeanor.
I was like, this is your first win of the whole regular season. All right, you stopped the goose egg from being like 0-9. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, they won. I was like, okay.
but then you gotta self-reflect of maybe they were going for the goose egg because you were on the team and they won without you. It's like you gotta at that point. It's like, man, am I the weak link? So it's kind of hard to be happy.
Hmm.
Well, there was more people in that link than just him, so.
Well, anyway,
There
alright, so,
enough people subbed in that team to not point fingers at any one specific person, right?
Well, as Skits already pointed out, all the subs were reportedly a lower level than the people they supposedly replaced.
All right, that
I'm not sure
to
about
that
that.
point, that whole system, it's a mess. We've known it's a mess ever since like week 2. So, well, I mean, I'll speak to my team's loss. We kind of went in with a plan. The plan had a lot of flaws in hindsight, and I didn't take into account I basically underestimated the early game heroes on that Battlefield of Eternity map. Now that I'm thinking about it, we chose the map. We probably should have gotten for like a three lane map, because I believe that we could have taken that team then if we were more macro focused. But yeah, we underestimated Li Ming, Lunara. Did they have Li Ming? I mean, Gray made Lunara, and
Yeah, they went
kind
for
of
a
kicked
burn
our
comp.
ass. Sorry, what?
I said the other team went for a burn comp on the Immortal, and you guys basically had to get kills on multiple people to go back and burn your Immortal, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, and then yeah, we just underestimated the amount of burn that team had, and we probably shouldn't have taken ETC or Kel'Thas, and just not enough damage there. And
Yeah, I don't think Kel'Thas is good on Battlefield.
yeah. Didn't take that into account when I was drafting. So I did the draft for that match. My team just followed me, so I'll take that loss straight on my shoulders. But also the enemy team had 3 subs, so I'll leave it at that.
Well, 2 subs. Wait.
You can't have like
Ender
an
Wiggin-
apology
Ender-
or whatever
wait,
with a
wait,
butt
wait.
in it, dude.
Wait. Ender Wiggins says 2 subs. Stop making
2 subs?
excuses. Is what
Okay.
that's what he says.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Schizo
Okay,
says
okay,
the team is,
okay. 2 subs, okay.
4.20.
But yeah, they played really well. The team 4. They executed their comp. They got picks. They invaded our camps when we were trying to get camps. They followed up on kills and bled us out and got a really quick victory.
And what about Tarbrand?
Well, I
Your
kind
team-
also-
of tell from
At
all
the same
that.
time, if we were first seed and I can't play that first week, so
It's
so
intentional.
you
it's
threw on
intentional.
purpose.
Oh,
it ended
dang
up
it.
it ended up working out that we were second seed because I think I would be able to play that match.
All part of the grand scheme.
No, if you
Is
listen
that-
to
is
our
that be-
comms, we were.
Is that
We were
because
very
you're not really
surprised.
afraid of Tarbrand's team in the playoffs?
I mean, do I need to answer that
Did you
question
just,
or?
Did you just snort before you responded?
Yeah, that was such a ludicrous question to
Snort at
ask
me.
me. I snorted.
Oh.
I can
It's
tell
all
from the
right.
chat that everyone's here to like look at the drama that's
It's
ensued
Scott.
from
Yeah.
Bush
Should
League.
Megan be scared of Tarbrand's team in the playoffs?
No, I mean Tower Baron gave it away. You go Vikings and they just try and freeze the lane against them and you win the game.
Yo, well, if you go like double mage or something stupid against me, I'll destroy you so hard. You're gonna buy yourself a donut because your ass is gonna be hurting that much.
Ooh.
We'll see when the game's actually played out. We'll see when the game's played out.
Ooh.
Ooh, some
Not
actual
afraid of,
trash talk.
I'm not afraid of Bacon's team. All we have to do is just bait out Zexorus and destroy him when he comes in.
Oh, it's not baiting out if we're all going in. I mean,
Oh yeah, I haven't seen you guys be coordinated on Zexorus's dives yet, so I'm hoping you guys fix that, make it give us a challenge there. Just because French team doesn't pick the right talents and destroy.
also, you should tell
destroy the
your
dives.
you should also tell your ranged assassins that they're not tank players.
To what?
Well, I mean, well, the Blemsy feeds. That's what happens. He does.
Yeah.
I heard this on a show once.
There's so much
Yeah.
drama from Bush
Wait.
League. with all
So,
this
oh,
drama.
backpack. Do you trust that Tarbrand will think of team comps to stop Bacon?
Yes. I
The
mean,
team
it's going
comp
to be like
is
the
the
Butcher Brett.
Van Thrall.
Would you put money on it?
It'll be a Butcher Brightwing comp. I can see it.
No, see I'm asking you seriously. Do you think Tarbrand has the nose?
He will. Like, I mean, he's going to do like a Butcher Brightwing or a Kerosene Phoenix Uther comp. So he has comps in his head.
Yeah.
Will they work though?
He's gonna have to bounce those ideas off of the better players to make sure those ideas are
Okay.
good though.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
guess we'll see.
even with all this
Well, not
trash
that they're
talk,
good, that they can execute. It's not that they're good. Everything kind of works in theory, but can you execute?
No, there's some stuff that you're theorizing is just wrong, like the Butcher Brightwing combo.
Well,
I haven't
first of all,
suggested
that's 3
Butcher
years
and
old.
Brightwing in
That's
years.
3 years old though.
That's
Yeah,
like
but
a
I'm
long
saying
time.
there's some of these combos you think of like they're just wrong out the gate and you can't see them.
Well, I mean, you did agree with me on my Volskaya comp with the double mage.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay, that was all me. I did every single pick on that draft, including the map.
well, even a broken
So
clock is
there
right
is
twice a
potential. You
day,
can't just flush everything down the toilet.
and just
Grizzly says
But,
in chat, EBS no longer has Diablo. Team 4 may be better.
Yeah, it's possible.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's gotten to the point where all the guys, all the teams have like some things they're really good at, and you can't underestimate anymore. So the team's gonna try to be diligent and prepare well, and may the best Bacon win.
So Hero Physio says Butcher Bribing was an old school gank.
It was.
When Brightwing was better, yeah.
See? So Hero Physio, snake of the podcast, agrees with Ty Baron. So
Yes,
maybe there
yeah.
is a method to Ty Baron's madness.
So you would like what? Butcher dives in while Brightwing's teleporting, and then you throw down the lamb to the slaughter, and then Brightwing
The
gets in
Emerald
front of the
Wind.
hero, and Emerald win them away towards Butcher.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, polymorph.
We're gonna see it happen.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
All right. Do
all
you guys
good
want
till you
to?
got team fight.
Do you guys still want to do the draft thing or no?
Do you want to do part 2 of the draft?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That.
Cool.
All right. So we're doing one of the drafts from Bush League. So this is the first game.
Wow.
So we have here. Let me pull it up. So we're on Cursed Hollow. So the red team has Jaina, Lily, Johanna, Hanzo, and Cassia. So again, that's Jaina, Lily, Johanna, Hanzo, and Cassia. So blinds for days. And the enemy team has Deckard Cain, Falstad. What? Why is there 2 Hanzos?
Oh yeah, there's 2 Hanzos.
Oh, I messed it up.
Yeah.
Well,
They
don't
didn't
worry.
have,
Wait. So let me pull it up. So Deckard, it was so the red team had Jaina, Lily, Johanna, Sonya, and Cassia.
Yep.
Ah.
Unicorn on Sonya.
Yep. And then so the blue team had Deckard Cain, Falstad, Hanzo, and Murden. So again, blue team Deckard Cain, Falstad, Hanzo, and Murden versus a Jaina, Lily, Johanna, Sonya, and Cassia. So old backpack, what would you round out the blue team with?
So the blue team definitely needs another frontline character. Has to be a solo laner, Cursed Hollow. Maybe Malthael? Because they don't have any CC to really stop Malthael from getting his trade off.
Yeah, that's
his Q
good
off.
against Johanna as well.
Also, it's spell damage versus Cassia. It's not terrible, and also it's not auto attack based. Yeah, I do Malthael.
It's a good pick.
What if you just go ETC and make go damage Murden, make Murden the bruiser?
But I mean, those are auto attacks, and he'll be blinded every time by Lily.
Mm.
Well, they got 3 blinds. You got Lily,
Yeah, or
Johanna,
Johanna.
Yeah,
and Cassia.
exactly. You want
It's-
non-auto attack based damage. That's why I said Malthael.
Mm.
He just spams Q and you're fine.
What about Nazebo?
Oh shit.
Then you're.
Then your
that's
frontliner, like
Yeah.
Nerd is not gonna be able to zone them out if like Sonya goes in.
Yeah,
I feel like if
doesn't
they-
zone that well.
I feel like if they had a Uther instead of Deckard Cain, you could actually go Nazebo.
An Uther?
Yeah. Well, Uther can stun out the Sonya from diving too hard. But even then, it's 4 squishies and a Muradin.
No, they're not.
Muradin's
They need
not the
a
best feel.
they need a more sustained healer. So Deckard's all right, I think. I do think they need a better front line. I was actually contemplating Arthas for this one.
Arthas is not bad. Because Arthas will stop the Cassia auto attacks.
Yeah, and he actually pairs well with Deckard too, landing his
So if old backpack went Arthas, would you go the auto attack build on Arthas? The noob
No.
stomper?
No way.
auto attack. They
blind?
have 3 blinds.
No way.
All right.
Blaze, yeah, Honey JP's right. Blaze is good with his comp because it helps
Yeah.
protect.
Blaze
Blaze
is
is a good
always
pick.
good. He zones well too.
But he provides a decent amount of damage. That's not
He's a
great.
solo laner too. Arthas and Blaze can
Yeah.
both kind of solo lane.
What about
also,
Garrosh?
Garrosh? No.
Well, couldn't you flip someone and then Gus the rest of the team away?
Yeah, Garrosh could be good too. I want anybody who has crowd control. Garrosh could be effective, especially with Deckard Cain. You know, anybody who you really want to lock down, Garrosh just throws them into Kane's route.
Oh, true.
And I'm assuming like Falstad has gusts, you know.
The
Have we
Falstad
talked
did go
about like
Gus.
the Haka?
That did work. He would lose really hard to Sonya in lane.
Cursed Hollow is really good
Yeah,
for
it could
the
be alright.
Haka.
Double-
Try to
double global.
try to get Sonya or Jaina.
That's true.
Yeah, Tahaka could be decent.
But I feel like the Bush League coordination is not that good on macro play. We're all death ballers.
I mean, the enemy team has a good comp. It's kind of rough, but I think you need some sort of crowd control no matter what you do.
Hey,
Yeah,
what about
because-
a double support Brightwing?
Ugh.
You
Kinda-
No
you
damage.
need a front liner because like everybody's concerned about the Cassia, you know, and rightly so. She can be a big threat. But if all you're doing is focusing the Cassia, the Sonya's going to wreck your team, especially if you have a third squishy backliner. You need somebody to help lock her down
You have
so that she doesn't go
polymorph.
ham on you.
All right,
You have polymorph.
hear me out. Ariel, level 13, you take the thing that makes her Q, bring people to the middle, and then you go Falstad for Hinterland Blast.
It's work.
Ariel's not bad. She can get a lot of stuns off in the biting on Chris Hollow and all those narrow corridors.
What about Tyrael?
No, I want somebody with crowd control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Tyrael either. Their plan is to kind of have Sonya flank and just kind of bull rush the team.
Well, that's what
or
happened.
have a slow with Jaina.
Wait,
right?
hold on. Tyrael, you could go Judgment and go the Shock and Awe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
What about Leoric?
No, I don't think he has enough CC.
Well, at level
He'll
10,
get
you
blown
get
up
the
every time.
Yeah, he's gonna get.
Yeah, Cassie loves Leo because he can't
Cassia
actually.
Sonya's gonna shit on him. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So is
Yeah,
Blaze
also-
basically the only savior?
With Jaina and Johanna, Murden's gonna have a really hard time getting out if things go south. So I definitely, yeah, I agree with Scott. Somebody who can give an assist, Murden in crowd control.
Yeah, Murden as a solo tank, Sonya's just gonna run right past you, and
Yeah.
you can't stop her.
Yeah.
How did the draft go, Tower Baron? It was Jaina first pick on the red team, then you
Yeah.
guys went Falstad, Deckard, Kane.
That's right.
Okay.
And they picked
Lily Johanna.
Lilo Johanna. Yeah.
Do you think that was early to pick Deckard Kane? Scott?
When was he picked?
So
He
it
was
Jaina
first two.
Jaina first pick, then Deckard, Kane, and Falstad.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really wrapped my head around the best way to play Deckard Kane and how good he actually is, but I just feel he's very strong when your team's going offensive, and when you're on the defensive, he seems a lot weaker.
Yeah, on the defensive end, if you're not getting perfect potion drops on to the low players, then it really feels bad as Deckard Kane, because you feel like you let the person die. I just had. What about Kael'thas?
No way.
Murden plays a defensive playstyle. Hanzo and Kael'thas have amazing poke. The layout, the tributes, right? Good wave clear. Global value from Falstad. Right, and also Cassia is very weak, and Jaina is very weak to Kael'thas poke and spell damage in general.
Yeah,
True.
I think you gotta go Pyroblast to ensure you get a kill, because
Yeah.
Falstad and Hanzo do decent damage and poke, but they're not, gonna be ensuring that target is dead.
All right. So Hero Physio in chat says, do you guys find a lot of these discussions seem to come down to what the hell was that?
That's my door being closed.
Oh, okay. All right. He says in chat, do you guys find a lot of these discussions seem to come down to who complements the team fights more instead of who brings more utility to the game to the game plan / lanes?
I agree. That's because we're big team fighters. We're not good on macro.
Yeah. That's as old Backpack said.
No, I think that's unfair to say that. We do consider macro elements and the utility. So part of our discussion right now, it's like we're considering tanks right now because the team already has decent wave clear and merc ability. Through Falstad's global and Hanzo's W build in general, that kind of covers for like the macro elements of the team, I guess. And but the biggest thing we're lacking is obviously, camping too. The biggest thing we're lacking is the stun department or crowd control in general. So that's what we're discussing now. So it is, we're kind of trying to bring both utility and team fights into it.
All right, so this is a Schizo special. He says, "Hear me out, Tyrande."
Nah.
Like, we're listening, but it's
it could be
Tyrande.
useful for a blow-up comp, but if you don't kill somebody that gets stunned, you're gonna lose. And her wave clear is terrible.
Like you're gonna walk up and sustain auto attack as Tyrande if you miss your stun? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get shit on by Cassie and Sonya.
What about Illidan? Unicorn or Zuni says Illidan is OP.
He's trolling you.
No, he's
trolling you. Triple blind.
Yeah,
Zuni wouldn't troll.
No,
you wouldn't do that to his captain. He wouldn't do that. He says, "Oh, captain, my captain," every time we scrim together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
It's all right.
Yeah, he's the appropriate age to know what that movie is. All right, but
don't you forget about me.
That's the wrong movie.
That's like
oh yeah, that's the Poets versus damn it, Breakfast Club. God damn it,
Breakfast Club.
Jeez.
What the hell? That's way off.
Smoking
Totally
gun.
different tonal movies too.
Yeah.
One's very melancholy and sweet. The other one is more like teen angst. Way off. And the other one has Ethan Hawke in it.
Both are a little bit teenage angsty, but yeah.
Anyway. All right. Hero Physio says in chat, the team is showing Falstad the global, Hanzo, Murden, Deckard Cain for the trib delay. Plan seems to play for delay until Falstad finds the opportunity to push or fly.
Yes, but when shit hits the fan and you actually need to fight, I think we're arguing for that we need an engaged stun tank.
Mm-hmm. The thing is that, like, also in the game, there was no real value from the global whatsoever.
Yeah, we kind of went over that too after the game, is that we didn't really have Falstad in the lane for more than like 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So, it should have been more, the team should have been more, I think, together on the plan of whether we're going to stall out the tribute or not, or actually try to hard engage team fight. I think hard engage team fighting is what we kind of fell into, and that was the kind of the wrong decision to do.
Grizzly says, Hero, there was no plan. Let's be honest.
Well, we're not talking like this is hypothetical. I mean, this is a Bush League draft.
Well, this is your draft. What are you talking about?
Well, this is our draft. We're talking about this as a hypothetical.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying this is exactly the Bush League draft.
Even though we did pick, right?
What was the fifth pick?
We all know what the fifth pick was. ETC.
It was Diablo.
It was Diablo.
Oh yeah, it was Diablo. Even worse.
Oh.
You know, it's
no wonder you guys got shit on. Oh my god.
Well,
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
According to the old backpack, Diablo can kind of peel now. You know, you can kind of
not how he plays.
His main build's auto attack, and he's getting blinded.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that was not the right pick.
Challenge every draft. Is it the draft or the execution? Hero Physio says
the draft.
Both.
That's what I was saying. Like, everything works out in theory, but can you actually execute it, right?
Well, doesn't Diablo provide the crowd control that you guys wanted from the off tank? Or no?
Of like the zone tank?
Yeah. Isn't that what you guys wanted from the offlaner for this draft?
He provides some good crowd control, but I don't think he brings that much damage. You know, like I said, his best build right now is auto attack, and he's getting blinded constantly.
Yeah, constantly is the way to put it.
Communism works in theory. Does it work in theory? I thought Marx at the end said it wouldn't work. But
You mean Mark?
anyway,
You mean our uncle Mark?
Marks.
Oh,
Marks,
Mark-
Karl
Marx,
Marx.
you know. I thought in his manifesto we said at the end it didn't work.
You know, Mark
maybe-
Cummins,
Yeah.
the famous communist.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's our show for this week, right? All right.
Are we getting
Yeah.
into the roster changes or no?
Nah, it's already been an hour and a half, so it's been a while. I think.
Yeah, who cares about HGC?
Yeah.
No,
All right.
honestly, even with the changes, I want to see the midseason brawl, and then yeah, that's it. I want to see
You
the
just want to see
midseason
what the
brawl.
new meta is. That's
Yeah.
all you want.
I'm
Yeah, you want
anxious
the new meta
about.
to
I'm
be
actually
used.
anxious about the new meta. It's been a month of fucking nothing from the HTC.
Yeah.
Like, I'm blue
Yeah.
balling here in an
Hmm.
esports sense.
You just want to know which character to learn and play in Hero League.
That's what I just said.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to know how
Also,
to play Decker Kane.
Yeah, on a related note, where's our new hero? It's been like, what, 6 weeks now? 7 weeks?
It's been 5 exactly as of yesterday.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think
Been
it's
forever. That's
gonna be,
blue balling.
getting unveiled at midseason brawl probably.
It has to
Okay.
If they unveil it at midseason brawl and then put it on PTR and then it comes up, that'll be 8 weeks, which is a new record.
be.
The previous record was the previous hero, which was 6 weeks to the day, I think, or close to it.
Huh?
So this
We
would
got
be
like around 80 heroes out. You can't be pumping them out every 3 weeks still.
Yeah, but it's
Still.
been forever, man.
Mm. But all right, you want to do we can do the roster changes if you want. It's up to Bacon.
Why is it up to Bacon?
why is it up to me?
He's the producer. He's the one on the East Coast. That's why.
That makes no sense at all. It's probably
Well,
saying
I
because
think he's
go to
trying
bed
to
for
say
work.
it's
Yeah,
late
he's
or
got to go to
something.
sleep. That's why it made sense.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
there we go.
Alright.
Scott rationalized it.
All right,
said-
LFM dropped Draded NT, and they picked up Fury and Droplets. The end. Let's see what they do with it.
Method team to beat now in Europe. Calling
I
it.
think so.
Method back the original team expert.
Method's going to be the best team in Europe. I'm saying it now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Won't even be close.
What
What
about
do you
Dig?
guys think about the roster changes happening right before a tournament?
That's weird.
Yeah, what the
It-
fuck?
It seems to me like that seriously undermines, the legitimacy of the tournament and
Yeah.
just the league in general.
Yeah,
That you're having these changes going on before a tournament happens.
a big
What
tournament.
rosters are they playing with? Are they playing with
The
the
new
old
ones.
rosters or the
No, the
new
new
ones?
ones.
New one.
New ones. So Fnatic isn't going to be like with Schwimpy on it.
Like, play the regular season, have the mid-season brawl, and then have the off-season for all this shit. Right?
I
To
know.
like, you don't fucking play regular season playoffs and then you fucking have the draft and then the Super Bowl. What the fuck are you guys so backwards?
Yeah.
Well, it works in Bush League because that's what happened with Team 4.
Oh. But I don't know.
All right, so in chat, Schizo saying he's 90% sure old roster.
That makes no sense. Why would you want to
Yeah,
scream with
what-
your old roster?
Yeah.
Well, that's the roster that made it. Can you kick out somebody who, legitimately earned their spot to go to that tournament?
That is so weird that Schwimpy would play on Method and Quatnex would be on Fnatic in 1 week. That makes no sense to me.
It undermines the tournament in general if you're doing that, because then you got these kind of like lame duck spots where these people, I'm sure they want to win, but they're not really invested. The whole team cohesion's done. Pretty much any team that did roster swaps, you can almost guarantee they're not going to win the tournament or probably even come close to winning it.
Unless your method.
Can-
Who brings
can
back Ultimate
Hero-
Expert.
Hero, can you confirm for us if this is new roster in mid-season brawl or old roster? Because it really is fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the class now of Zealots got worse. I think Fnatic got worse. Method got way better.
But Fnatic lost Bad Benny, right?
Yeah, Fnatic, they picked up a top Hero League
Who's their tank
guy.
though?
Fnatic Breeze.
Breeze.
They
Breeze
they
still
just
off.
gave up
So
their
who-
offlaner.
Who's the offlaner though?
Last
Benny.
hope. Some
Yeah. I'll believe
That Benny
he's a
was
guy
not
off the
working.
street. Yeah, I'll believe it. when I
he's
see
like the number one grandmaster in Europe or something like that.
it. Mm. Doesn't mean anything, right? I mean,
Bad
Bad-
Benny didn't look good as the
No.
offlaner.
I know that, but like I've said that when the roster thing happened 6 months ago. I said this. I said, okay, he's a really good tank, but can he switch over to a new role? We'll see.
Yeah.
And we saw, and it's not good.
And they got rid of Quatnix. I think Schwimpy's better.
Hmm.
Quatnix hero pool. I look at Quatnix and it's just like he plays Falstad well, and that's it. Like and Falstad's not even in the meta, so it's like
But it's surprising that not much of a roster apocalypse in Korea and North America. Very few changes compared to Europe. But even then, it's compared to seasons past, very steady, in my
So-
opinion.
Hero Physio in chat says it's pretty sure it's the old rosters
Oh,
for MSB.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you're
Yeah.
any roster swaps and you're going in with a handicap.
That's
Still
so weird
a little
though.
bit weird knowing that, hey, let's play this tournament, but
You're off
after
the
this
team.
weekend, you're off the team.
Yeah.
But you better
Like,
make
who
plays.
have they been practicing with the past couple weeks? Because
Yeah.
do you practice with the new guys or like your old team? Because HGC starts, I think, like a week, like the week after the regular
Yeah,
season.
what
does.
the-
So it's like,
Yeah,
and
have the
the
mid-season
standings-
brawl, and then like the week after for the 2-week period, do the team, team trades, player trades, and acquisitions, and then let them rest a week, and then scrim another week, and then have the regular season again, leading up to BlizzCon. I don't really, anyway.
Yeah, and also after MSB, like the standings reset. So actually, you actually consider that being prepared for season 2 or whatever. The new season is more important than the brawl because it's all about going to BlizzCon, right? So
especially if you didn't get in the brawl, but then you did a roster swap where you're picking up somebody who's going to the brawl. It's just like, who are they practicing with?
Yeah.
do you
And
not get
then
to
also-
practice with your new player.
Let's say
No,
it's the new.
Wait. I made AD already had a tweet today saying that he was going to be in Paris for 2 weeks. So wait, he's on Zealots. Never mind. Take it back.
Yeah. Different
Okay,
team.
sorry.
I mean, Schizo says in chat, remember Yoda played for teammate and popped off even though he was off the team. Yeah, obvious. I mean, these guys are highly motivated players to actually be in this position to begin with, but let's not kid ourselves if that, mentality won't affect some of the other players.
Yeah, it affects team cohesion in a very team-oriented game where to succeed, you need everybody on the same page so that you could follow up on what everybody's doing. It disrupts that, and even if it's a minor disruption, that could cost you winning or losing a series.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it makes no sense to have trades at this time of year in general. Anyway.
Well, I think the tournament is part of like a larger kind of event that's going on. Was it like DreamHack or something? Is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's some event that they're hosting it at, and they want to kind of line it up with that. But the downtime before this tournament and how you jump right into HGC after, it should be changed in my opinion.
I don't know. I think the way they're handling this whole, I don't know. It makes it less. It increases. It lowers the fanaticism that you would have for professional HOTS, because teams change. Like the teams change every 6 months or 5 months, and then like the team names change too. It's super hard to keep track of all this.
Well, let's be
Yeah.
real too. Besides the team names changing, in professional sports, so many players get traded and all that too. But
Well, the
it's
thing is
not
that,
that different.
Well, the rosters are smaller versus like baseball or football. Like if one guy gets traded, it's like 1/52nd or 152, like 1% of the team or whatever it is.
I guess so.
So, and also, the Lions or the Falcons don't change to being called the Rainers, every 6 months. They're just the Falcons every 6 months.
The Atlanta Rainers.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll see. I'm a Method guy, so they're going to be the best team in Europe.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for Method.
Mm-hmm. You have a drafter. You have the probably the second best tank in Europe. You probably have the third best assassin in Europe. I'll take that. And probably the second best healer. I'll take that. So, all right. Anything else? Oh, is Heroes Hearth clearly the number one team now?
Pretty much.
They're in the conversation. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, they're the best team in NA, right?
Well, they tied with Tempo Storm, right?
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of that, the beginning part of it, I think right now, isn't Heroes Hearth better than Tempo Storm? Like
That's
the standing,
arguable.
to me, the standings don't really mean very much because the standings go back, 5
Heroes
months.
Hearth played better in the second half of
Yeah.
the
They're
season.
on fire right now, actually.
So
there's been a lot of meta changes, and there hasn't been any games played to see who's actually better than who. Nobody's played HGC in a month?
I know, but I'm saying right now though, who do you have your money on?
BBJ.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it helps out Tempo Storm more because a lot of the ranged heroes got nerfed, and Tempo Storm likes running the melee train.
Melees. Yeah.
If Uther's in the meta, then it's Heroes Hearth for sure. There's no stopping. There's no stopping BBJ on Uther.
Hey, Scott. What about Tower Baron's Uther?
What?
He needs to work on it a little bit.
When have I played Uther? What?
Uther used to be your guy.
You were in Uther main.
Yeah.
He's still one of my
good.
guys,
He
but
stopped.
I don't know how you just kind of forcibly inserted that House Tower Baron's Uther.
You used to be a Uther main.
Yeah, he just wanted me to shit on you.
Talking about dark past.
No.
Talking about skeletons in our closet. How's your Gazlowe nowadays, Fringe?
Hey, I can still win games.
Gazlowe
in,
main
silver.
Fringe.
I can do that. I can win games in silver with Gazlowe pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. All right. Well,
How's that Illidan main, Scott?
Yeah.
I lost the game today with him. So.
That used to be your guy 3 years ago, right?
Oh, he was awesome. When I first started playing, it was amazing because I wasn't the MMR I am now. And, I'd dive on people and they'd just run away and I'd kill them. that was during the beta. I loved it.
That was also when nobody had blinds because the hero pool was so small.
There's Lily, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Well, anyway, let's end the show. So let's go to Tower Baron.
And that's our show, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Bye.
I just had a little bit too much of Hennessy. Just gonna tell you how I feel. Look. You so fucking precious when you smile. Yeah. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Yeah. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes. I just had to let you know you're mine. Hands on your body, I don't wanna waste no time. Feels like forever.
Wait. Okay.
We're back?
That reminds me. That reminds me.
Back.
Did you guys see that? You guys are all aware of Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game, right?
The new hotness.
The new hotness. They're creating a league, right? $100 million prize pool.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Million.
100
Where do they
million
get that kind of money from?
from Fortnite.
There's drug money, man.
I mean,
That's some Colombian drug money right there.
I saw somebody link the prize pools for current, esports, and the top one was I think Dota 2 with like 38 million, and like everybody else was like 10 million or less. I actually think League
Heroes
was like 11 or
was
12.
Heroes was number 4 or 3 with 4.5 million this year so far.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like Fortnite's free to play. I guess you pay money for skins and stuff. I don't know. I haven't played it, but
Yeah, it's all
I
cosmetics.
don't see how they have that much money to give out for prize pools.
Dude, they're
Dirty money.
all in, man.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah,
I don't know.
as Tiger
Like,
love
it-
it.
They're so legitimate that the directors of Avengers Infinity War approached Fortnite like, hey, let's do a collab, and then they had that
Holy
Thanos
shit.
event. You can play as Thanos in a Fortnite mode, and like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it
you
wasn't
gotta-
actually. It was actually nicely animated. Thanos looks great. They had spell effects and shit. I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, their viewership on Twitch is legit. Like they
Oh,
have
yeah,
like
it's
over
ridiculous.
200,000 like all the time.
Yeah.
This one
Right.
guy has to be making so much money. You know, I've seen him have like
Ninja?
over like 100,000
Yeah,
viewers numerous
When-
times.
Like a couple months ago, Ninja was playing with Drake, and that topped out at like 640,000 viewers or something.
What, Drake, the
Jesus.
hip hop artist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he noticed he's a fan of Ninja, hit him up like, hey, let's play together on Twitter or something.
Wow.
And then like 500,000 people were fucking watching them play fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
incredible.
Hmm.
We're the wrong
Dorset.
game, guys.
Dor
should
says
have,
next week the Gamekeeper Squad is a Fortnite podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Funny is-
we were
can't
just
stand
talking
those
about the
graphics.
HGC, and then someone mentioned the Fortnite prize pool, so I just wanted to inform you guys.
I think Hero Physio did that.
Yeah. Dude, man,
Yeah.
he snaked us into this. Like, he freaking tricked us on his freaking Canadian mind games.
Yeah, I was ready to, call it a podcast, but here we are.
Yeah, talk about Fortnite for the next, 10 minutes.
Just doesn't stop.
Town Hall Fortnite Bush Squad.
Yeah.
No, man. Lords of the Calm Before Town Hall Fortnite Bush Squad podcast.
Yeah, aka the shittiest show on earth. All right. All right. So I guess we're done, right?
Yep.
Not if we
Okay.
keep talking about hots. We keep talking about hots.
Well, apparently, Tyrebrand loves the drama that comes from Bush League chatter.
Wait,
Just
then
loves
he,
it.
Yeah.
there was none of that, I guess, after in the Discord or whatever, but it's all it's here. Everyone just keeps like kind of poke that out.
No, it's fun. That's why. I mean,
all the wounds
it-
being brought up.
It sounds salty, and it is a little bit salty, but we all like to we all like to make fun of each other on this show and just talk shit. So it's not hostile at all, guys. Don't
Correct me
mistake
if I'm
us
wrong.
with that.
Bush League works out really well for the people not in Bush League, like old Backpack and Scott, who just get to point and criticize.
It's entertaining.
Also
Yeah.
known as Jigglymuff. Jigglymuff likes to point and stuff without actually being in the league.
Oh
See,
yeah,
the thing is,
exactly.
I think
Chief
um,
Ratchet.
my take on it is that you really can't talk too much shit unless you're actually playing in the league, because if you're not really, you have to go between the white lines, right? If you go between the white lines, you can talk shit as much as you want.
Yeah.
But I think if you're just an observer, you have because you have to be in there and at least participate to see what it's like to
Yeah, it's like all
try to
obvious.
draft.
It's obvious watching Goodhots' stream or whatever. Like, oh, you should have done that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's different when you're
it's not.
playing.
It's different, and then you can see the fog of war, the other calls going on, what you guys
Wait,
kind of set up for goals.
Yeah, dude, like when Fringe was announcing, Fringe like, hey, they're in that bush. And Daz is saying, hey, Fringe, they can't see that. He's like, oh!
Like, oh, it's obvious, it's in that bush.
Yeah, it was like it's so
What are the
weird
best
being able to
parts?
see the whole map.
It is weird. It is weird.
Yeah. Daz is like, yeah, Fringe, they don't know that.
Yeah.
Coming from, it's weird seeing the whole map. Coming from a guy who like watches HGC and shit, like what?
Yeah.
It's a little bit different when you're actually in the casting chair, though.
But it's funny just watching you like, hey, don't do that. Like, Fridge is fine, Fridge.
Well, it's the same thing, unless you can't say too much old backpack unless you cast next week or something.
Well, but
You know,
I'm
you
not
gotta-
going to say, I'm not going to make the calls that the observer knows.
It's actually kind of hard casting because like you have to think of, well, I don't know. I mean, it's different
Yeah.
talking out loud for like nonstop.
Oh, you
for,
mean keeping
like,
track of 10 individual players is easy?
Yes.
Isn't easy?
Yes. I mean, like I've seen Hero Physio cast, and like if I was bad, I'd learn from him. So, boom.
Oh, so it's just confirmed that Sneak Hero Physio is also a bad caster.
Yeah.
Ah, boom,
Snake hero.
Yeah. He trolls you
Yeah.
every faucet.
boom. But I don't know. I give
So,
credit.
well, what's Hero
Physio?
Physio's casting style, if I may ask?
It's just overly pleasant and. not-
So it's like what?
overly-
You think
the
he-
So
opposite of what you
so
were
a team
doing.
fight. What does the team have to do in a team fight? So they have abilities. You have to use abilities. You have to position properly while the fucking map is like getting this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, you guys should try it yourselves. See how you guys do it.
My favorite part was what they need to do now. The whole team needs to go and soak lanes. I'm like, that's what Matt loves to do. That's what he
Yeah.
wants. That's my boy right there.
Yeah, soak is important.
Everyone split up and soak.
Yeah.
So,
And
They
you
need to
camps.
soak every lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I casted with Ganja one time.
ooh,
Oh, really? What'd you cast with Ganja
Oh.
Goon?
That was one of those when he was still doing
Ganja Goon?
the little yeah, when he was doing those games on like Saturday nights or whatever.
it seems that'll be interesting because it seems like two contrasting
games.
styles.
Yeah, because Scott speaks so much slower than Ganja.
It would be like
I was like the color commentator or whatever. I'd fill in the empty spots.
hold on. Oh, I have an idea. Shit, you guys keep filling time right now.
Oh no.
Oh shit, we got some muffins coming up. Baking some muffins.
Some muffin
Making
tops.
Baking some muffins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get some more.
Oh, so remember, if you're still here, let's fill out the Bush League questionnaire. If you go to our Twitter, you'll find it there. If you want to participate in season 2 of Bush League, if you want to be, remember, if you join Bush League, we will shit on you and your bad play every week. So,
Why do you guys say it like that?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Hashtag Super Dave, hashtag Bumsy,
Alright.
hashtag Schizo.
yeah,
Wow.
boom.
Can you guys hear this? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
so this
Yeah.
is what would happen if Scott casted with Goon, right?
They ate the full Li Ming combo. Chromie shit.
Oh, that I'm at the wrong spot. All right,
Kill
all
the
right.
catapults. What is happening?
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I wonder where.
I just hear laughing.
Oh no! Schizo almost
Wait
died.
for it.
They're gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Schizo, no! Oh my god!
And then Scott comes in. Yeah, they should have cleared those catapults. I don't know what they're doing.
That's exactly what would happen.
That's why they
How come
lost.
they didn't know to do that?
I
Anyway,
feel like the podcast is going to die when Bush League goes into the off season, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
what are we gonna talk about then?
yeah, there's no
It's like
fucking
half
hero
of our
releases.
podcast.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, bye everybody. We'll see you in the
Right.
Nexus. I said it.